Today we are going to be doing a Pilates strength workout using a mini band and a set of dumbbells. I have 3 kilos here, but use whatever you have at home. We're going to be using the band to up the intensity, to up the resistance during this class. So you can get started by putting the weights at the front of your mat, grabbing the band, putting it around your wrists, and then we're going to start in a 4-point kneeling position, starting with some cat-cows. So you're going to inhale, look up, extend the spine. Exhale, take your gaze toward your navel, pushing the floor away, scooping in the abs. Inhale, look up, lengthen, arching the back, looking straight ahead. Exhale, take your gaze towards your navel. So we're just flowing through here, through cat-cow, just mobilizing the spine, waking up the shoulders for today's class. Let's do another one. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, gaze towards your navel, and then come to a flat back position, a neutral spine. Okay, so we're going to start class by warming up the arms and getting into the arms. So you're going to tap out with your right hand to the edge of your mat, bring it back in. Exhale, tap out with your left hand. Inhale, bring it back in. So we're waking up those arms before we grab the weights. Make sure that your core is engaged here and you're just tapping from side to side, pulling that band apart. And you'll feel as you pull it apart, that core engages so much more. Exhale, take it out to the side. Inhale, back to center. Okay, very good. So you're now going to take both out to the side. You're going to inhale, lower the chest down towards the mat, coming into your push-up, shifting forward. Exhale, press back up, bring the hands back in. So we're alternating the leading hand each time, and then inhale, lower, exhale, press. So we can pick up the pace a little bit, up the intensity, really pull that band apart. Try and bring the elbows in towards the body as you lower down into your push-up. Exhale, lift back up. Keep that spine neutral, core engaged, belly button to spine. Exhale, lift. Very good. We're going to go for one more. Take it out to the side. Shifting forward, lowering down, pressing back up, come back to center. I want you to grab onto the weights now. So we're grabbing onto our weights. And we're still going to continue working the arms. So make sure you're in your 4-point kneeling position. And your band is secure. Exhale, you're going to lift the right hand out to the side, pulling that band apart. Inhale, take it back down. And we're going to stay on the right hand side. So exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Core engages. You're stabilizing the shoulders as you do this, the shoulder blades. Very good. Let's go for another 4. 3, arms on fire. Last 2. Last 1. Very good. Straight to the other side. Exhale, take it out to the edge of the mat. Inhale, back to center. Feel that core knit in as you take that arm out. Try and keep your arms straight. Very good. Let's go for another 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Very good. I want you to grab on to that band now with your hands. Or you can put the band actually over your weights. Take the band, put it over your weights, around your weights. Then we're going to come into row. So you're still in that 4-point kneeling position. Exhale, row the weight. So we're staying on the same side. Exhale, bring that elbow towards the hip. Getting into the back. The back muscles are going to be strong. Let's go for another 4. Keeping the elbow in. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lower it down. Straight into the other side. Exhale, pull. Inhale, lower. So try and go slowly here. So you're really focusing on that time under tension. Really bring that elbow towards the hip. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Take the band off the weights. And then you're going to take the band over your thighs, now just above your knee. Okay, securing it on there. Take one weight, come up into a kneeling position. It's an option to use the band here, you don't have to. But you're going to come up into your kneeling position. We're coming into some lunges now. So you can take your right leg forward. Your left hand has the weight. Tuck the back toes underneath. Lifting up into a lunge. Okay, very good. So we're going to take the weight now to our shoulder. We're going to lunge down. Make sure your knee is hovering off the mat. You're squeezing the inner thighs together. Exhale, lift and press. Inhale, lower back down. So keep your balance here by keeping that core connection, that inner thigh connection, and you lowering and lifting like an elevator straight up and down. So don't shift forward here. Make sure that you're shifting more back. Let's go for another 3, 2, really come low in that lunge. Last one. Lower back down into the lunge, lower that hand back down. You're going to shift forward. So you are just shifting forward and that back leg is straightening. And then lower back down, lifting that weight. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, lower back down. Bending that leg again, coming down into your lunge. This should be a nice burn. Very good. Let's go for another 4. Stay with me. Really waking up the glutes and the legs right now. It's a good burn. Let's do one more. Whew. Okay, hold that weight up, and then we're going to twist towards the right, towards that front leg. Back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Keep that balance. Hold it. Hold the glutes. Hold the legs. Stay with me. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that back knee down. Lower the weight down. Come back up into your kneeling position. Whew. Shaking out the glutes. Just taking a quick release here. Okay, before going into the other side. And this will probably burn more because we just worked the side. But that's okay. We're here to work. So we're going to take the weight in our right hand this time. And then take our left leg forward, tucking the right toes underneath. Exhale, lift up, coming into a shoulder press. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Remember that core connection. The inner thighs are drawing together. Whew. And I am already out of breath. Let's go for another 4. Moving up and down like an elevator. Don't shift forward. Rather shift further back. So you're keeping that spine straight, lifting up and down. Lower down. Take that weight down. Shift forward, straightening that back leg. Shift back, coming up into a front raise. Lowering the weight back down as you shift forward. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, lower down. Very good. Last 4, 3. Whew. Inner thighs draw together. Keep your balance. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, hold down here. And then we're going to twist towards the left, towards that bent leg. Exhale as you twist. Inhale back to center. Keep that spine straight. You're lengthening through the crown of the head. Last 4. Legs are shaking. 3, 2, 1. Lower the back knee down, lower the weight down. And then we can take the band off. And we can put it around our weights. Whew. That was intense. So put it around your weights. We're going to come up to standing. We can start with our right leg. So take your right leg on top of the dumbbell. Make sure that you have weight on that dumbbell so it doesn't come up. You're going to be putting the weight into the right foot. Okay, so make sure you got it secure here. You can come up onto your back toes. You're just using this leg as a balance. So we're coming into our single leg deadlifts. You're going to inhale, lower back down with a straight back. Exhale, lift back up. So you're hinging back. The glutes are going back, the hips are going back. The spine is staying straight. And your gaze is following your body. Your neck is following the rest of your spine. Exhale as you lift up. Inhale, lower, back down. Try and focus on the glutes here. Let's go for another 3. Last 2. Core engaged. Keep the back straight. Last one. And then release. Straight to the other side. Left leg comes on top of the weight. You can take that right foot back on your toes. Now your weight is in the left foot. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower back down. So keep the weight close in towards your shin. Exhale, lifting. You can feel this in your lower back as well as your glutes, which is totally normal, and your core as well. This is a good core exercise. Let's go for another 3. Spine straight. Last 2. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower back down. Woo. And then you're going to come back to seated on your glutes. If you want, you can take your legs forward, lengthen through the spine, and then fold over. Coming into a nice hamstring stretch and a nice lower back stretch. Okay, we're now going to come into some core work and some more arm work. So I want you to leave the band around the weights, and you can rest your feet on the one dumbbell. Bring the other weight in towards you, in towards your chest. Okay, make sure the weight is secure there. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, you're going to tuck the pelvis under, coming into your half roll back, scooping in the abs. Inhale, lift and lengthen. So exhale, roll back, keeping that core connection. Inhale, lift. So remember, if there's any coning here, don't go back as far. And that band is helping to assist you coming up. So take it slowly, resist the band. Let's go for another 4. Tucking the pelvis under, feel that flexion in the lower back. Really want to get into that flexion of the lower spine, which can be good for back pain. Next one, I want you to hold it back. You can lift those elbows up, and then we're going to come into a bicep curl. Inhale to lengthen, exhale. Bring that weight in towards you. Nice bicep curl. Keep the elbows in towards the body. Last 4, 3, scoop in the abs, 2, 1, lift up, lengthen, shake out the shoulders, and then we're going to go straight back, and we're going to do small twists from side to side. So just pulling that dumbbell in towards the body, and then twisting from side to side. Very good. Let's go for another 2. 1, lifting back up. Whew. Okay, I want you to come down now onto your back. And we're going to keep the weight by our feet. Well, the one weight is going to stay underneath our feet. If you can just grab the other weight, and we're going to bring it. I probably look like such a spaz there. Okay, we're going to bring it through our legs. Make sure that you have enough weight on that dumbbell. You're pressing into that dumbbell. Okay, and the weight is secure in between your legs. You can hold onto it. We're going to come into glute bridges, but before we do, I want you to do some pelvic curls. So you're going to exhale, press that lower back in towards the mat. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. So we're deepening that flexion of the lumbar spine. Really good for lower back pain. Okay, come back to neutral. Take your hands down towards the mat. You're going to lift up.
Editing Melissa popping in here because my microphone got muffled as I was doing this exercise. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come into a glute bridge. So you're going to be lifting and lowering with a flat back. Make sure that the dumbbell is secure, and then you are also squeezing in the thighs together. They're not touching, but you are still keeping that control. Slight tuck under of the pelvis and rib to hip connection. You're going to lift up on your exhale. Inhale, lower back down. Perfect. And then we're going to hold it up here, and we're going to dip one hip to the side and then lower the other hip to the side. So we're coming into a slight rotation of the spine here, getting into our hip mobility. Inhale as you dip the hip, exhale as you lift back up. Very good. Feeling that glute contraction as you lift back up. And then we're going to do little pulses up with the glutes, finishing it out here. Little exhales as you lift up. Very good.
Oh, lower it back down. I want you to see if you can take that weight a bit further out so we can come into some hamstring work. So take it a bit further away from you. Okay, and once you have it there, you can hold onto that weight. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale, lower. So you'll feel this in your hamstrings more, which is totally normal. That's the whole point of this exercise. In your hamstrings and in your glutes. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Lower it down. Whew. Bring that weight in slowly, carefully. And then you can come up into a sideline position. Okay. So take the weights now out from around the band, and you're going to put the band around your thighs again. Just above your knees. Secure it there. Grab one weight this time. We're going to come and do some side planks. So you can fold up your mat just for extra cushioning on the forearm and the elbow. Make sure your legs are bent. You can extend one leg. Taking the weight in your left hand. So I'm on my right hand side. I'm pushing up out of my shoulder, out of my side waist. You're going to exhale, lift that weight towards the ceiling as you lift your hips. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift. Very good. Working the underside obliques and the glutes actually. Very good. And you're just lowering down quickly and then lifting back up. Last 3. Arm is getting tired. Last 2. Whew. 1 more. And then hold it up. Little hip dips. Little dips with the hips, little pulses. Neck is in line with the rest of the spine. So is the head. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Lower the weight down. And tuck the mat. Okay, and then we're going to keep that leg, top leg extended. You can bend the bottom leg in a bit more. Remember, I want you to push up out of that shoulder, out of that side waist. Head is all in line with the spine. Lengthen through that top leg. Make sure the hip is a little bit forward so you're not rolling back. And then you're going to exhale, lift, inhale, lower. So you'll notice you might not get as high because you're really engaging that core. I want that core to work just as hard as that glute. Keep that good posture, good core connection. Last 2. Last 1. Lift it up. You're going to tap the knee, sending the foot up towards the ceiling, extending it back out. So we're coming into internal rotation, which is so good for the glute min, the stabilizing muscle of the pelvis. Let's go for another 4. Last 3. 2, push up out of the side waist. 1, hold it up, take that leg forward, and then take it back into hip extension. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, take it back. So you're coming into hip extension, but not back extension. So you're keeping the ribs sliding down towards the hips. Very good. Keeping the rest of the body still as that leg moves inside the hip. Last one, take it back. Take that hip, that leg in line with the hip. Little pulses up. Little exhales as you pulse up. Leg is shaking. Pressing up out of the shoulder, out of the side waist. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Leg is shaking. Okay, tap it out. We're going to continue working that left leg. You're going to come up into a 4-point kneeling position. Take the band underneath the right knee now. So we're going to continue working the glute. We're in our 4-point kneeling position, hand under shoulders, knees under hips. Extend that left leg back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So you're keeping that core connection. You're not arching in the back. Sliding the ribs down towards the hips as you move that leg up and down. Lengthening through that leg. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. Last 2. Last 1. Bend it in. Coming into our donkey kick. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Remember that core connection. Stay with me. Nice glute burn before we go into the other side. Last 3. 2. 1. Lower it down. Lower down onto that right forearm. Extend that left leg back, opening up the hip to the side of the room. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So we're getting into those external rotators as well. Strengthening the glutes. Let's go for 5. 4. Give me length. Give me height. 3. 2. 1. Hold it up. Find that length. Find that height. Tuck the ribs in. And then lower it back down. Push back to a shell stretch. Taking a nice release here before we go into the other side. But I'm going to add something in before we go to the other side. So we can give the glutes a little bit of a rest. And then we're going to take the weights, one in each hand. You can sit on your knees, lifting up. You're going to hinge forward a little bit. Take the right hand towards the ceiling, and then we're just going to scissor switch. So we scissor switching the weight. Inhale as you begin to switch. Okay. Keeping that spine straight, core engaged, shoulders down and back. Last one here. Take the weights down, lean forward, take the weights in front of you. Exhale, lift it out to the side. Inhale, bring it back to center. Stay with me. Strong work. Get it into the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Last 3. Last one. Lower it down. Take the weights now down to the side to your hips. Palms facing out. Exhale, lift it up and over. Inhale, lower it down. Soft bend in the elbows. Try and keep those shoulders down and back. Stay with me. Let's do another 4. Really burning out the arms, strengthening the shoulders. Last 3, keep that body stable. Don't swing. If it gets hard, take a break. Last one. Lift, 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 lift. Slowly lower down. Release the arms, release the neck. And then we get to go and do the glutes again. But we're first going to start with our side planks. So fold the mat up. I'm coming down onto my left-hand side now. Extend the top leg, bend the bottom leg, and then we're going to take the weight in our right hand. Okay, so you're pushing up out of that shoulder, out of that side waist, grabbing onto that waist, or onto that weight, the waist. Okay, lifting up, lowering down. Exhale, lift, getting into the underside obliques. Inhale, lower. So really think of the obliques working here. And you're not staying down for long. You're lifting straight back up. Let's go for one more. Hold it up. Little pulses up with the hip. Woo, getting into those obliques, burning out the obliques, core engaged. Okay, last 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, lower the weight down. And tuck the mat. If you want, bring that bottom leg forward, top leg is straight in line with the hip. Okay, remember the core engagement. Push up out of that side waist, out of that shoulder. And don't sink low here. I want you to stay up. So exhale, lift that top leg. Inhale, lower it down. Core is working just as hard as the glutes. Let's go for another 4. Lengthen out of that leg. Last 2. Last one, hold it up. Tap the knee down. Foot goes towards the ceiling. Extend it back out. Very good. Stay up out of that side waist. You can put your hand on the floor. You can put your hand on your hip. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. Just stay with me. Last 3, 2, 1. Take it out. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Coming into hip extension. Not back extension, hip extension. So keep the ribs sliding down towards the hips. The body stays still. It's just that leg moving. Last 3, Last 2. Last one, take it back, leg in line with the hip, little pulses up. Remember, pushing up out of that shoulder, out of the side waist. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Tap it out. Come up into your 4-point kneeling position. We're going to be working the same leg. So the right leg, take that band underneath your left knee. Okay, extend that right leg back. 4-point kneeling position, hand under shoulders, knees under hips. Extend the right leg back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Finishing out class strong here today. I want you to make sure that your hips are square. So you have equal weight in both hands and your supporting leg. Let's go for another 2. Last one, bend it in, coming into your donkey kick. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Gaze is towards the mat. And you're not arching in the back. So keep that core connection. Try and go slow. Feel that burn. Last 2. Last 1. Bend it in, lower down onto that left forearm, extend that right leg out. And then you're going to open the hip to the front of the room. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So really feel that glute contraction, that mind to muscle connection. So you lift up and lower back down. Very good. Let's go for another 4. Woo, glute is on fire. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Find length, find height, hug the ribs in, then lower it back down. Press back to a well-deserved shell stretch. Taking a nice big deep breath. Calming the nervous system down. After today's class, that was an intense one. Put your weights to the side, feeling a nice shell stretch. Thread that left arm underneath the right, coming into a nice thread the needle stretch. Nice rotation of the spine. And then we're going to take it to the other side. Very good. Come back to center. Stretching out the shoulders. Rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Take your hands behind your back, clasping your hands, opening up the chest. And then take it forward, rounding the back, pressing the arms forward. Okay, come back down onto your mat, release the band. Come into your middle of your mat, arms behind you. You can take the right leg over the left and then bring the left leg in, pushing the knee away, coming into a glute stretch. Just feeling a nice stretch here. You can take your leg towards the right and then back to center. Just stretching it out. Taking nice big deep breaths. Release that left leg over the right. Lifting up. The closer you bring in your foot, the more of a stretch you'll feel. So go with what feels good. Take your left leg down towards the left. And then back up to center. Just releasing. Okay, release that. Stretch your legs out long. Lift up and over. Reaching for the toes if you can. Stretching out the back. Stretching out the glutes and the hamstrings. Taking one last deep breath before you roll up. Rolling up vertebra by vertebra till you get to seated. And that's it for today's class, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the strength workout with the weights. It definitely adds extra intensity. And if you have enjoyed this class, please give me a like and leave me a comment. Let me know if you'd like to see more strength workouts like these. And don't forget to subscribe so you see more videos. Other than that, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.